One thing I need you to first understand is you cannot trade without seeing how manipulation works. That's impossible. It's impossible to trade without seeing the actual manipulation. And we need manipulation in the majors. Whenever the dealers create the manipulation on the crosses, it means nothing if they did not create the manipulation on the majors. I think
Really?
this is a very powerful statement.
Really?
This is a very powerful statement that I just made.
Yes, yes.
The majors create movement for the crosses to follow. So if the market makers create the movement on the crosses, but there is no manipulation on the majors, those crosses will fail. Doesn't matter what pattern they use. If a major creates a manipulation, that cross will create a beautiful setup that will actually work for you 90% or 99% of the time. But if the market makers manipulate the cross but doesn't manipulate the major, that cross will fail, even if it has a very beautiful pattern in it. It's going to fail. That is the law of market making. It is not my law, it is market makers' law because the market makers are reliant on manipulating the majors. Why? Because the majors are the heavily traded pairs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
When you go to the internet right now and type on Google, what's the most traded pair in Forex? You will see that the leader, it is EU. EU comes on top, and EU is a big major. Then comes GU, then comes AU, then comes USWISI and UJ, and it differs between the companies that rate the highest volume being traded. But you will see that it is not the crosses, it is the majors. So that data tells us that the market makers, they see that people love trading the majors. So if you were a market maker yourself and you see that people love trading EU, you will make sure that that EU is being manipulated to your benefit because you see that people love EU or people love AU a lot. So it is where most people are. And where most people are, it is where the most money is. So it makes sense for you to manipulate the big boys, and then the little boys will just follow what the big boys are doing, meaning the majors will create the movement for the crosses to follow. So I'm making an example. If you were there yesterday, I was going to be there with you yesterday with the team and show you exactly what I mean. Because whenever you see a nice manipulation like this yesterday on the TDI, you see the TDI on this day here. On this day, it was long. It was long on the TDI, yet it is short here. Like when you,
I'm not seeing,
pardon?
I cannot see a chart. There's no display of the chart.
Oh, my bad. Can you see the chart now?
Yes, yes, I see it.
You see it.
Yes.
So do you see that on Monday, this this is long This is longer on the TDI. Look at the check marks. I'm showing you the check marks. Where I made the check marks, look at what the TDI did below. Do you see that?
Yes, yes, I see that.
Now explain to me how is it that the second check mark, it is longer than the first check mark on the charts, yet on the TDI, you see that the first check mark, it is higher than the second check mark. That is manipulation. That's the first thing that you see as a trader. So when you take that information and you put it on the second day, on Tuesday, you see that Tuesday, by the chart formation, it is longer than both the second and the first check mark on Tuesday. So Tuesday is the highest via the charts. But when you're looking at the TDI on Tuesday, TDI, it is lower than the second check mark and the first check mark, telling you that the market makers will no longer continue going up. They are done creating the up movement for the day, so that they need to create the kind of a pattern that brings the session back down in price. Yeah, sure. So this is what you need to understand, that if you see the TDI is showing you clear manipulations, so it is telling people that this is the time to long because all the EMAs are below on Tuesday. And the TDI says to you, no, I'm going to reverse down because I am lower than yesterday's entire price. So yesterday's entire price is long, but Tuesday's entire price, it's short, because on the TDI it's short, but on the chart is longer. It's higher. Stop me if you do not understand what I just said.
No, and I actually understand what you said. I see it.
So you
So
need, so this is what people, this is what the market makers do. The market makers make people see something with their own eyes to believe it. So people believe what they see. People believe that this chart is higher, therefore, by the crossing of the EMAs, the blue and the white is going to continue going higher because the price, the EMAs are telling them, are validating to them that this is a higher chart. It's higher than yesterday. It's higher than the first check mark, and it's higher than the first check mark. The second check mark and the first check mark, Tuesday on the chart, it is higher than both of them. So it makes people be very comfortable in buying. And when you read the TDI the way I'm showing you right now, you get to see clean market manipulation. Clean. The first, the first one right here, when you draw your line, you get to see that, oh shit, the one that is the smallest on the chart, it is the longest on the TDI, and TDI shows true price. It shows true market maker price. You get to see the manipulation with your own eyes. And when you see those things with your own eyes, you are able to put on a 10 lot trade. And that 10 lot trade is enough for me to last another 6 months. So if there's no trade for another 6 months, that 10 lot trade, it gave me good money. So you need to see things with your own eyes to believe it. So I'm showing you, this is what people see. People see the chart. People don't see the TDI chart. Market Makers has two languages. It has the chart language and it has the indicator language. And your job is to be fluent in both languages. Because if you're just fluent on one language, the market makers will kill you on the second language. You won't understand the second language. And your job is to understand both languages. Because if you can understand both the retail trader language and the market maker language, once you understand those two languages and you put those two languages together, then it becomes a beautiful mixture of you knowing exactly what the market makers are doing and knowing what the retail traders are thinking. People trade based on their thinking, right or wrong.
Very right.
I
Extremely right.
think I think the market is going to go long today. I think the market makers is going to go short today. I think this is the good time to buy. I think this is the good time to sell. People trade based on their thinking, and market makers don't give a shit about that. Market makers know exactly what they are doing because people are thinking all the time. And when you are trading based on your thinking, you have no strategy. And when you have no strategy, you are opening yourself to a world of being killed by the dealers. The dealers will kill you because they know you don't know another language, which is their language. There's a human language, and then there is a reptilian language. The retail traders, they speak the human language. The dealers, they speak the reptilian language.